If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. I put my money in a strong position. They try to tell me I can't win, it's just a stupid superstition. Cause when I focus, you will notice that I'm winning. We demolish every bookie, there ain't no competition. Now listen, I would never give you shitty picks and do you wrong. Come and join the Discord, tell these bets to hit the bone. Cooking up a parlay super under center song. We be really winning, this ain't just to make another song. So if you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash.
we coming in and we taking all the money.
Just cash.
They can't do nothing to stop us.
Just cash.
Hey, fuck these bookies, man.
Just cash.
They wanna limit me cause I win. Label me the enemy cause all I do is win. Just give us a try, this is where it all begins. I'm not gonna lie, all I know how to do is just win. If you love making money and wanna win,
Just
they wanna
cash.
limit me cause I win.
Just cash.
If you love making money and wanna win,
Just cash. Just cash.
Just cash.
love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash. Love making money and wanna win.
Just cash.
We just chillin' and we vibing with our friends.
Just cash.
And if anything in doubt, we pass. Rookies all hate us cause we played it just cash.
Hey, hold up. Fuck, I lost too much money on that shit. You fucking fuck off. Hey, it's just
Just cash.
Hey, we're back. What's up, Big E? What's happening?
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's good? Coming through loud and clear. Everything
Loud
good?
and clear. Looking good. Looking like a pimp. Get a little 6 days off. Now we're back, ready to win some more money, and we got a special guest today, don't we? We have a special guest, I think, on the phone.
We do. We're coming back with the big Just Cash, joined by underrated and special guest, Big Coach in the house. What's good, fellas?
What's up, guys? What's up?
Damn, Big Coach. Why do we have Big Coach today? How did we get this opportunity in our lives like this? This is amazing.
Today's gonna be a good day.
We're so glad you could take work off today for us and hang out, find some money with us. We love it.
Love it.
Yes, sir. Got a full house today, so super excited. I think we got a pretty decent overall slate, and we're back after the holidays. You know, New Year's is just around the corner, but at least now we're past Christmas and into the thick of everything. So got a lot of sporting ahead and a lot of hopefully money to be made.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday went great, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, you just been absolutely killing it with the tackle props. So another, I think, positive, very successful weekend in that regard. We had a really good day with college, you know, pretty much back to back. So
Nice.
looking forward to hopefully keeping it going and starting off on this sweet Monday here. And tomorrow will be, you know, Taco Tuesday and discounts and blah, blah, blah. So looking forward to that and the rest of the week.
Taco Tuesday? Hold on.
Yeah.
There's the sound for that. Fucking PrizePicks. Fucking trash can.
Pass.
Garbage. Anyways, here we go. We're going to have fun today.
Yeah, so, yes, sir. That's the plan, at least. All right, y'all. We're going to talk about our first play. It's going to be Dan Skillings Jr., 17.5 PRA. We're going to take the over. All right, so Big Dan missed a bit of the season here. Hair in my mouth, dog hair.
Ew.
He missed a little, a nice chunk of the season here, better part of November. But he is back, and first game coming back, obviously played shortened minutes, and they had a sizable lead there. But this guy looking pretty solid. He's one of their starters. Coming back for Cincinnati. We've been taking Seamus the last couple of games, and he's been pretty good for us so far. But I think now we're starting to see even more this usage rating kind of spread out between the starters and him taking a chunk of it back from them. In the competitive games, I mean, he had a 22 and 30, almost 31% usage rating. So this game, slated to be a close one. We got Cincinnati is just a 4-point favorite on the road against Kansas State. I think, honestly, a real fast disclaimer, don't take these as actual bets. We're just using them as kind of a placeholder. Although I do think Cincinnati picks up the dub tonight on the road, but just a 4-point spread. So how you guys feeling about the big skiller today?
Well, Big Coach, let Big Coach take over. He found the play last night.
I like him.
Yeah.
I mean, you nailed it, E. You nailed it with the info there. He's really been picking up, since he's came back from injury. Last year, he was one of their, top 3 players on the team. Did a lot for them. And I feel like he's starting to get back into his groove, getting back into his old ways. And I know E spoke about his usage. I mean, I want to say his last 2 to 3, maybe 4 games, he's been taking double-digit shot attempts. So I feel like, he's getting back into his old ways. And 17.5 PRA, that could be money for us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. When I looked at his stats lately, and then I noticed bookies usually take a while to catch up. So I think these lines are a little on the low side since he's just coming back. Like you said, I think played 4 games, and he's just now getting those big minutes in. And I think bookies are a little behind on that. I feel like we got some value with this for sure.
I think so. I mean, and it shouldn't be. The matchup is good. It's going to be a back and forth game. Kansas State is not the Kansas State that they usually are. I mean, they're not horrible, but there should be some missed shots going up to where he can get more rebounds. I think he'll be able to play make a little bit as well too. Get his shots up. I could see him covering this for us probably midway through the second half, to be honest.
That's great. Yeah, super low. 17.5 is not a lot for one of the, what would you say, top 3 players on the team?
Yeah. And last year we played him quite a bit actually. And we were playing him around 21.5 to 23 PRA last year.
There we go. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. We got some value today on that then, for sure.
Yeah, I think, again, just going to be looking really for the game to stay competitive. Them being on the road should help that out. And, we saw last time with Cincinnati, too. They play down to their competition a little bit. So the fact that, he should go out and just be able to do his thing. If you look at it, on the surface, this may not look like it's a great play or anything like that. Which, I mean, the game logs aren't really going to be that telling. But first game, this season, he came out and did his thing. Even still with the blowout, he did play, some reduced minutes. But, they almost basically won by 54 points, 55. So it's pretty crazy. But coming back in the last couple games, these 2 games that were competitive, he was able to do his thing. Xavier is a pretty solid team overall. So not too surprised that he had just some kind of down production. Still had double-digit field goal attempts in all 4 games that he did start this season, so we like to see that. And this last game, they beat him by basically 40, so he didn't really have to do anything down the stretch, and he was actually just kind of chucking more threes down the way. But this game, way more competitive. I think we'll see him active on the glass again. And, yeah, need him to go out and just have a normal game. I think we could see easily 28, 29 minutes, and, anything beyond that is just going to be cake, so... Very solid play to start off with.
Heck yes. I agree. I loved it.
Yep.
Coach sent it to me last night and said, check this out. And I took a look at just the same exact things you were looking at right there, and I realized bookies aren't on this yet. I said, ooh, that's the shit right there, bro. That's a good call. So,
guys, I think the biggest thing with him is, as of now, I want to say he finally has his legs under him. That's the best way to put it. If you notice the first couple games that he was back, he was kind of just, running up and down the court, kind of getting that conditioning in, getting that cardio in. I feel like now his legs is under him. He could play up the game speed, and he'll be able to show, why he's top 3 on the team last year.
Awesome. And I like how you threw the points and the PRA in the Discord as plays today, right? I think do we have points too? Or was that?
Oh, yeah. I think we have 10, is it 10.5 points?
11 now, it
10
says.
and a half.
Is it 11 on PrizePicks? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's 11 on PrizePicks, but you can still get them, I believe, on Hot Streak and Underdog as well.
Cool. And Fliff too, I would hope.
If you want to play him by himself, Fliff has him.
Yeah, Fliff has
10 and a
him.
half.
But that's the cool part about him. I like him enough to play, a half unit on both, so get a full unit in on him, just like we did. What's the dude today? Forget his name now.
Jaden Atkins. Played him
Atkins.
earlier.
Yeah, big.
Yes, we played a full unit on him earlier. He came through right before we got on here, so that's dope. So I like him
Starting
enough
off
to
winning already.
Right.
Yep. And where you can find all this, you ask, it's going to be down below. So I know we kind of skipped over in the intros, but if you guys do us a huge favor, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out whenever we do go live, and you're supporting the community. We're on the way to 1K. It's going to be our little slogan here until we get there.
Oh, I like that.
And we got links down below. 7-day free trial. We're still running that for the Discord. I mean, hey, honestly, we say it all the time, but if you guys, especially on the weekends, if y'all have been in for the last month, the entire month of December, absolute bangers from the tackle props. So you easily would have made your money there if you guys were in there. So make sure you check it out.
Oh, yes. The Discord's been stacking. If you know how to bet a little bit, if you just know how to tail, you're stacking.
Yeah, we got a lot of sharp minds in there, variety of sports to play between college, basketball, and we got soccer still going on. So a lot of stuff here. Call of Duty also will resume, I believe it starts this week or next week. I actually got to look at that. But a lot of stuff. All right, moving on. We got our next play. I think let's talk about Curtis here, because I think this line could actually bump since he's bumped on most of the sites already. Curtis Jones, we did scoop him up at 14.5. So the 15 here, although it does kind of have that push factor, still pretty solid play for him. And yeah, let's look at Big Curtis here. One thing I love about him, I think just on the surface, is very, very high clip from 3. This guy loves to shoot it from 3. It's going to be a pretty solid matchup. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But coming off the bench has just been a thing for him, and he is just absolutely thriving. He's playing starter minutes, but that 6-man usage that he's getting from the first rotation is just absolutely crazy. You can see basically double-digit field goal attempts in all the games, except for this blowout against Omaha. And, the guy really likes to shoot it from 3. So let's talk about him and his scoring upside today.
Scoring upside's huge, man. It's really, really huge. Me and Big E were talking about him a little bit before we hopped on here. This dude has one job. He has one job, and his job is to come in and get buckets. I told Underrated that a while ago, too, about kind of how he plays. And the good thing about Iowa State is that's like a very, very unique team. When I mean unique, I mean like they love each other. I kind of think of them as like the Thunder of the NBA. Like all those guys are a tight unit. They're all best buddies. They're all friends. They all know their roles. That's how Iowa State is. So when he comes into the game and he starts chucking out of nowhere, no one's telling him to stop. No one's getting mad about it. No one's getting they let him play. So Curtis has one job. If you guys look at if you guys watch Iowa State basketball or even look at the spreadsheets or the box scores, you notice that dude comes in and he just starts chucking up shots. Pretty consistent for the most part. High volume shooter, 3-level scorer. What I mean by 3-level, that means he can get to the rim. He has admitted he can shoot the 3. This guy, he's one of those guys that can just give you 20 out of nowhere. So us getting it on hot streak at 14.5 was beautiful. We looked at that play earlier and Underrated. It's like, I got something better here, and he busted out the hot streak. So make sure you guys are using, multiple apps, because, there's different value in other places to where you can, really, really secure some good coin and secure some value. 15.5 isn't bad. I played it there. I like it there. Because I think this dude's probably going to get us between 17 and 20 points, but he's a high volume scorer, and his teammates love him, and they want him to score. So.
Yeah, man. And to touch on the getting different apps too is super important. Just like when fuckface Nate fucking hit that shot at the buzzer when the coaches were shaking hands. Remember that, and went over the PRA the other day? I had it on yes, I had it on good old Dabble at 30 instead of 29.5, and it doesn't sound like it matters, but that type of stuff starts mattering when you get down to it. So Make sure you get the value in when you can. 14.5 for Big Curtis is dope. He's at 15.5 now on Hot Streak. So we got the value last night, and I don't know if it's 14.5 anywhere anymore. I guess 15 is the best we can do now. Is that what you got on the screen?
Yeah, I think 15 right now is going to be our best option. So, I mean, you lose the value, but still get a push factor, at least on Underdog. And with being a late game, for sure, this is going to 15.5 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what I noticed last night? I was looking at Outlier, and you know how they show all the different sites. FanDuel, surprisingly, pops up with stuff more than any other book for college props. So if you have FanDuel, they have good value. They had him at 14.5 too yesterday. They had a bunch of stuff lower than it was supposed to be. So I think FanDuel and Hot Streak kind of like have the same provider. So if you're in
it's funny about this guy, because if you look around, around the betting world, everyone's loving 15.5. They're loving that play. The fact that we got at 14.5 is just showing how hard that we're working here to find those props. So that was a good find underrated for sure.
Oh, I thank you. The funny part is I found it first at 14.5, and I was like, Coach, look at this. And then you on your own were looking at it and brought the 15.5, said, oh, I like this play. So, we were already looking at it, and I was just lucky to look at Hot Streak first. And FanDuel, same. So yes, we are working to give you the best value. It's super, whatever, bro. 7-day trial, come in the Discord, make some money. Figure out that, hey, you pay a tiny bit of money per month. One play and pay your monthly fee or more. So we're having fun, guys.
Oh, yeah, man. And especially whenever we get, live, stuff that happens. We did unfortunately have one of our guys get ruled out. Who was late scratch yesterday? We were taking the unders on that clear discrepancy.
Oh, Ballo,
Omar Ballo.
Big old
Ballo,
dude.
yeah.
Where was he seen? The mall? Instead of going to practice or something?
Yeah, they had him out. He's out somewhere, the mall or somewhere, instead of being at practice, which is crazy. They're kids at the end of the day. They're kids.
You're right. Caleb says he's 14.
Yeah.
Curtis is 14.5, minus 128 on FanDuel still. So there you go. If you got FanDuel, that's the spot.
Okay, nice. Yep. Stay tuned for that. He's still at least a normal payout on Underdog. I imagine that'll probably move, and then we'll see him go to 15.5.
How's Dylan doing over there, guys? I know he went under on Big Dylan. Is he kicking our ass? I haven't looked. Anybody?
I haven't looked either.
I'm going to check while we're on here just so I can laugh at us.
All right. Well, you're looking at that. We're going to talk about same game here. So on the other side of things with Colorado, RJ Smith, and he is still available at 13.5 on Fliff. So if you guys get him on there, definitely make sure you do that. I believe the next best place that most of the sites didn't even offer the PRA line, so this is already just good value in general. But the next best place that you can find him with the push factor, it's going to be on PrizePicks. He's at 14 flat over here. So let's look at Big RJ. Sorry, I know I'm switching a lot of screens on you here, but we're skipping through.
You're good. Dylan's trying to get us, guys. He already has 7 RA in the first 8 minutes, that motherfucker.
He's at 10 PRA.
Yeah, he only has 3 points. So under 23.5 was probably the move. But hey, we're still gonna cheer, and we're still gonna.
Remember, we knew like that RA was gonna be the scary part. But hey, it's still time in that game. You never know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not gonna cry like wet yet. Anyways.
Yeah. Not yet. It's too early for that.
Too early for that. Wet. We don't want to cry right now.
All right, so we got another guy kind of in the same situation as our Skillix. He was coming off of the bench, was playing, basically reduced minutes, but now RJ Smith, last 3 games, back in the starting role. And if we look at this first game, the in-house rivalry against Colorado State, they were largely ahead of that game for the most part. So he didn't really have to do much in general for the team, but it was good to see the rebounding still definitely there. And he's been basically good for at least an assist all season. But now that he's in the starting role, he's, basically just kind of a rebounder and a 3-and-D kind of guy. takes most of his shots from 3-pointer or from 3 points. But we were just talking about him, I think on just a consistency for what he can do on the season. I mean, I got to pencil him down for at least 8 points and some combination of 6 RA, which I think is totally attainable between the rebounding and also the playmaking upside here. It's not the worst matchup, and the playmaking also being the more favorable side of things. But I mean, the fact that he's playing so many more minutes again with the starters and just kind of coaches favoring to leaving him out there, I think the 13.5 especially, but getting that is something very much so in this guy's wheelhouse. The season long, obviously, is not going to look that pretty, but you can see that he had a lot of games with 13 and 11. So increased minutes, seeing him go up from 19, 20 minutes. Now he's playing 27, 25, 27 minutes. If he goes out and gives us 27 minutes, I think no problem. How you guys feeling about him?
I think you nailed it. If he gets those minutes, I feel like we'll be sweat free. His last couple games, he's really been involved, and I think he stays involved. Decent combo guard that can shoot it. He's a good playmaker. I know me and E were talking about it earlier as well too. Like, let's say if he gets 8 points, we could see him backing it up, with 6 to 8 RA as well too. And who knows? He might help us out and get double-digit points. If he gets 10 points, we're gonna be sitting pretty. So definitely a play we couldn't shy away from. I feel like Colorado is really gonna need him if they want to try to make any shot of winning the game.
Yeah, same thing with this one, bro. I feel the same with the style of plays that we have today, which is dope. Like, they're both with him and the first player. Who do we have at first? I'm sorry, the first player that we played. Oh, Skillings. Same idea. They're just kind of getting back into their prime spots right now and doing what they need to do. As coach would say, getting their legs under them right now. Seems the same with this player here. And his lines are just super low for what we know he can do. So, same idea. Bookies are just a little bit behind catching up here, so I think we got good value yet again. So I'm feeling good about today. I would be surprised if we didn't profit today. That's for sure.
I think that he could have been listed at 15.5, and I wouldn't have been like, wow, that's high. I'd have been like, oh, okay, 15.5, okay. I don't know if I'd have been, 11 to play, but it's still a play that you would have looked at because 15.5 is still pretty low. But the fact that we got 13.5,
yeah,
what?
I know. 13.
Let's make some money.
For real, 13.5. It reminds me of WNBA stuff. When it's 13.5 and it's PRA, that's like you're not doing anything. But he's a starter now, 4th game starting. The last game he only played 20 minutes because they lost by 25 points. This game he should get 25, 27, 28 minutes. Should be in there.
Hey, 13.5 PRA. I might take that for anybody that plays at least 25 plus minutes. Not just anybody, but like you have to give that some thought. 13.5 PRA for somebody who's going to play them more than half the game, and somebody who's been super productive the last few recent games. You got to give that a little play.
I agree. The only thing I saw that was a tiny bit made me what's that word? Pause. The only thing that made me pause a little was just that Iowa State defense. Right? It's the only thing.
True.
It's the only.
Yeah.
Thing. But still, like you said,
how you did that pause there.
Yes, you like that. But the 13.5, I mean, we got to take a stab at that.
I think so. It's one of those plays, if we're wrong about it, we're wrong. But if we're right about it, we will never see that low of a line for him again. Like this, the last 4 games, and then if it's a 5th game, like he'll never be 13.5 again.
Yep. These are the type of plays I love. And these are the things that college has that pros don't have. The bookies just aren't on it as much. His line should probably be higher, but people don't know who he is, so they're just putting his line a little bit on the low side. I'm not saying the bookies don't know. The bookies know, but I think the people playing the actual, most of these props are just looking at last 5 and, you know how they do it. The surface bettors. So I think we got some value on this one as well, again, which is amazing. I want to put my whole bankroll on it. Almost.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh. E.
But
Is that Leon?
she
Alice?
no, Alice. She's over there
Alice.
flopping on the floor. I thought she was puking or something, but she's rolling around on her playmat.
AOD's here, guys. What's up, bro?
AOD.
Ayo Dizzle.
Yo,
He says E-Money. Undertaker. Just Smash. BBWs, he says. Okay.
yo,
Oh, wow.
that's a good Monday.
Coach is here, AOD. I want to see.
BBWs, huh? Okay.
Coach likes BBWs.
All right. Coach, don't judge.
Coach don't judge. Even better.
Coach climbs trees, too.
Wow.
Hey. All right, so
I love how E has to be the one that's still on screen. He has to keep a straight face. We can just do whatever we want. Anyway.
If we imagine if we talked all the fucking bullshit we talk every day. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're going
Oh my
to.
God.
We're going to. Just warming up.
oh yeah, we'll save that for a new podcast, like the uncut version.
That's on our
Yo, we need that. We need that. If we can give the world us and spread ourselves everywhere, you know?
No pause. No pause.
No pause.
All right, so my prize picks totally just crapped out. They're being annoying again.
I hate 'em.
But we're going to talk about LJ Cryer and his 11.5 points and his 1.5 3-point made. So we were looking for some kind of, air quotes on the gimme, but highest hit rating at least potential. His 1.5 threes, this is a phenomenal matchup for him. Phenomenal matchup for him. So the 1.5, I think, is very much so in play. His 2.5, honestly, not that bad either. I believe his full game points are 15.5. So if you do dare, and the Wets of the world, because I know he was actually talking about playing him earlier today too, the 15.5 probably in play, but for safety plays on PrizePicks, the 3-point I think is a very, very good look today.
There you go.
It is a good look, and I didn't check him out last night because you guys know me. I haven't really been on PrizePicks and Underdogs that much. I've been on Fliff, man, because I like playing single props. If I could play single props, that's what I want to do. So I didn't really look at him last night. And when I was in chat talking to Big Wet's like, "Hey, these are the two plays that I like." I'm like, "Yeah, shit, Cryer, that's a good call there." So yeah, that 15.5, that's definitely a play. But hey, 11.5 just makes you warm inside. You know what I mean? So 11.5 points, that's solid. 1.5 threes is solid too. He's probably one of the top dead eye shooters in college basketball. This dude's been shooting 3-point baskets since he first came to college when he was a freshman at Baylor. A lot of people probably don't know that, but he was striking threes when he was a freshman at Baylor. And that's really what he's known for. So the fact that we only need him to make 2 of them when there's games where he can make 2 to 4 of them, I think that's really, really nice. So that 11.5 points, those 1.5 threes, those are really, really solid plays. So big ups to Wet for putting that in chat and kind of bringing that to light too.
Big Wet. All right.
I like it, and especially for a low sweat, if we're going to be a little choosy today, feels like pretty good odds.
Yeah, the only shitty thing is, I like bringing the shitty parts. The only shitty thing is that damn payout they're giving us for that 2 threes, right? They're giving us nothing, basically. But we tried to play good old Dylan, because I brought up Dylan Harper's under today. It's probably going to smack us up, but I'm noticing Ace Bailey got 13 already. That's pretty nice. Big Ace got 13.
Ace is the man.
Ace is the man. He only got 1 rebound, though, which is interesting for today, and Dylan has 5.
That was Big Wet's other play.
He liked Ace?
Ace too.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Well, Ace is balling. He's definitely going to go over, I would assume. Definitely is the wrong word, but he should go over. Dylan's at 13 PRA, so we got a slight chance still, guys. But anyways, LJ Cryer, I don't know much about him. That's on y'all. I was driving back like, who? We're going to cry? Oh, Cryer? Okay,
Just know
cool.
he shoots. He's
I'm looking at
eye shooter.
Yeah, I'm looking at
He's
these
try to get him up.
all these green bars E got with these 3s up behind him. It looks like he can shoot. Know that. What's those 2 zeros right there, E? He was just off on those days, or they were blowouts, or what the heck were those?
Oh yeah, for Cryer, so
Yeah.
it was Oh, this one was massive blowout. I mean, they were up by 30.
Oh, he didn't even
and,
care. He didn't even care.
Yeah, it looked like he just didn't really do anything at all. But the one was against Notre Dame, and Notre Dame is really, really good. So he just, natural struggle game. He went 0 of 6 from 3, and he still played 37 minutes though. So I mean, it's not like coach benches him.
Right.
Hey, but look what you just said though. He went 0 for 6.
Right.
That means he's still chucking.
Right.
He's still shooting. And that's what you want in a volume shooter, somebody who's gonna fucking keep on shooting until he makes one.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
shooting six threes that's big. As big as it is.
Yep. And we only need 2 to fall, so on a normal day he'll come through for us. So we're just hoping today's normal. I like those kind of bets. Just need a normal day to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking from what he's done since basically the end of November, I mean, he's good for, I would say, 7 at least, three-point attempts, but probably see him take 8 today since it's such a favorable matchup.
Eric's here. What's up, Eric? And
Yo.
Certified Film says, what do you use to check stats for NBA, bro? Any source I can use to check all stats? ?
Yes. I'm not gonna say it's our Bible here, but it's one that we definitely use frequently. It's got to be Outlier. Outlier's got everything for, basketball, football, all kinds of stuff. WNBA, when that season rolls around, it's such a helpful everything one-stop shop. And college, I mean, honestly, college is probably the most scarce thing to find stuff to have like as an actual resource tool. And, you could do it from, say, like RotoWire, but you have to manually go through a lot of it hand by hand. And, yeah, I mean, Outlier, it's what, $20 a month?
Yeah, 25, I believe. You know what the other one is, too, that I found recently is Props Madness for NBA in particular, and we're going to use that for WNBA. I'm going to throw that at you. You're gonna start messing with Props Madness, and I think you're going to look at Outlier, and you're going to be like, yeah, it's cool, but this Props Madness is, ooh-wee, next level. I think you're going to love it. They just don't have college and football and stuff, like you were saying. But for NBA,
right.
Props Madness is probably the best, and Outliers right there, too, if you like all the sports.
Yeah, and, hey, I may be singing a totally different tune whenever that time rolls around, where being on that is going to be more advantageous than just on Outlier. But at least for right now, I think Outlier's pretty solid starting point. And a lot of these websites kind of, they basically all just look one and the same at this point anyways. But Outlier, I got no complaints. I mean, they've been keeping up with college stats, so really like to see that. And does, just the main sports, basketball and football. So
Eric's chiming in. He says Optimal on the Apple App Store is very good as well. So there's a bunch of stuff, Certified Films. There's a bunch. But E in particular, yeah, Outliers his go-to.
You can't go wrong there, if I'm being honest. As a starting point, very solid.
Yeah, I think Props Madness is a little more detailed and a little more in-depth because they only do basketball. So if you only want NBA, I would say look at that one too. I'm getting you into that one here next. Watch. You're going to be on the next streams here soon, pulling up Props Madness. I'm calling it now.
I like how we're always evolving. You know that? That's what I like.
Got to. These bookies are trying to get us.
With resources. It's funny, when I first started off my little journey, I used to be on one app. Literally one app. And underrated, it's like, nah, we're going to have to change that up. You want to make some money? Let me help you make some money. And I get this. Almost every app that I have, I want to say you told me to get it, underrated.
Hey, I'm glad to hear it. That's why we're here. Because we must figure out ways to have advantages on these shit-faced bookies because they're going to scam us at any moment, at any means possible. These bookies are going to try to get us. And most people are going to get scammed. It's just how it is. So our job is to teach people to not get scammed. Right?
I hate them.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, no, I'm glad that it's working out for you. And it's a lot more fun when you have different angles and different things you can look for instead of just one app and one little prop, when you can do things like get on real books and stuff and do alt plays, and that's when you can really start figuring out ways to make money. Eric says free, good substitute to Outlier. That's what he's talking about, his optimal app. And Certified says, y'all the goats, appreciate you guys. First million sold.
Yo, appreciate y'all. Yeah, I mean, if you can find a free app, for sure.
Outlier has a little 7-day free trial. I think Props Madness might as well, too. So you can check all of them out and then see what you like the best. Outlier's the easiest to kind of figure out, and then Props Madness, I think, is the most in-depth. And AOD says we have to fuck these bookies in the eye holes daily. So we definitely like that.
Oh, they'll be blind if we did that.
They would. Then their plays would be even worse. Let's do a Dylan Harper check. 3 points only still. 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Guys, we're coming back here. He's slowing down, so we might be okay.
Yeah, just no. As long as he's not scoring, because honestly, that was the real thing I was worried about. I mean, dude's been putting up like 20 a game, so
yeah.
If he's creeping with the RA, I'll take that. That's totally fine.
The thing is, damn, though, his points were 23 and a half. We could have gone under that easily. I was just like, let's try to get one of these RA games where he has 2 or 3. He already has 11. He said, fuck me.
What he's doing is throwing dimes to Ace Bailey, it looks like.
17 points. Big Wet. Big Wet called that one. Gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
Certified Film says, just downloaded Props Cash for free in the App Store. Props.cash is the other one. That's like the first one. And then came Outlier, and then came Props Madness. So Props.cash will work too.
Yeah. All right. I think we had one more play that we were kind of talking about. Where was our...
Oh yeah. And if you guys haven't hit the like yet, and you don't mind hurting your thumb, if you could, hit the like. It'll help us out a lot. We're only at 16. We're trying to get to 25 for good luck on all our bets tonight and today, and that would be wonderful. What time is it? 2? Yeah, we got a little time, guys. Hit the like if you don't mind. We'd appreciate it.
As always. All right, so we had one last play that we were kind of talking about right before we hopped on, but it was David and Son. Coach, you like the 20.5 PRA?
Yeah, 20.5 PRA for big guests in there. I was telling E earlier, man, someone from Kansas State has to do something. This dude is, he's pretty active. He does a little bit of everything. Decent size, too, like 6'8", 6'9". So I could see him, getting the boards that he needs to get that PRA. Cincinnati's not incredibly big. I want to say their leading rebounder is Dylan Mitchell. He's like 6'7". So Gaston he's pretty active, man. He can get us around 12 to 14 points. He can get us around, 7 to 9 rebounds. Might throw a couple assists in there. I think that's going to get us that 21 PRA that we need to finish at. His line's at 20.5. I just felt like in this game, it's going to go back and forth for a little bit. I do think Cincinnati does win the game, but it's a little competitive at first, I believe. And I feel like someone from Kansas State's going to have to do something. I think he'll step up on that side.
David and Gesson. And he has a cool name.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a little bit, when I looked at his props, although I don't have years of experience in college like Big Coach. I was just looking at his game logs and I was like, out of all these plays, this is the one that scared me the most, only because Cincinnati looks to be a little bit rougher on defense. The total's not too high. I don't know why he only had 22 minutes in the last game. That's the only thing. It's just he goes up and down here in these game logs. And if you're a game log watcher, that doesn't mean you know anything. I'm just throwing that part out there. Because all the other plays we had, I feel like today, they all make so much sense. They all just are like value. It feels great every way you look at it. This one in particular, I'm about to learn today. Might be me.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it done for us. He's going to get it done.
And that's definitely happened. And I've said this, and I just want to say what I think when I look at the numbers, because I don't know college like you do. So I'm just like, this is what I see. So let's see what happens. And many times it has just done what coach thinks. So I'm riding with it.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that it's, another play on the surface. Maybe you're kind of taken back and just trying to really find it. But one thing that I really, really liked about this matchup that I was looking at, or we were looking at right before we hopped on here, is the free throw matchup. So although Cincinnati, very, very solid defense, no doubt about that, they are fouling like crazy. They are 327th, out of the 350 teams in free throws per game. So that's really been their Achilles heel for this team so far, is the free throws allowed per game. Now, one thing that he has kind of really excelled at this season is getting to the free throw line. And in a lot of these games where he's just absolutely crushing his PRA line is typically a game that he's getting 3 or more trips to the free throw line. So, I mean, today, even though, yes, he definitely needs to work on his free throw shooting, some of these less than 50% games are not nice. But I think this guy could totally have another easily 6 to 10 free throw attempts tonight. No problem. Like, no problem. And like Coach mentioned with the size factor, super pause, the rebound discrepancies, he's very active on the offensive rebounding. So if that is leading to offensive putbacks or trips to the free throw line, that's going to be pretty huge for us. So we just need them to stay out of foul trouble. Don't lose out on that first half minutes or any production there. And if he just goes out and has, 8 to 10 field goal attempt game and then gets to the free throw line a bunch, I think we're going to be pretty solid. He could probably even have 15 to 17 real points.
Yeah, no, you make a really good point. When I was looking through there, his rebounds are all over the place. If he can just have a above average rebound game, I have no doubt this looks really good. And then when Coach brought up the idea that Cincinnati doesn't really have the biggest players out there on the other side, and the rebound is going to be tough for them, then that makes me like this even more.
Yeah, I think so. Did we get a fantasy line for him too? Just out of curiosity. Well, that's not a bad consideration too. Pretty decent.
Is there a fantasy
decent
form?
block upside. 26.05, I believe. Yeah,
That's
he's
not
still
bad,
an
man.
underdog. 20. I mean, the only downside, he doesn't get many assists, so he's not going to catch that part of the upside. But he does get a handful of stocks every game. I mean, he averages at least a stock, but lately he's had 2 or more in a lot of these games.
My other kid thanking you, Coach, in the Discord for his smashes already this morning. Brady Cook went over too.
Let's go.
Big Cade with Brady Cook hit too, huh? Okay, Big Cade. Shout out Big Cade. There we go.
Oh yeah, I saw him come through with that. Hell yeah!
I didn't even notice till right now.
We have enough time to talk a few money lines?
Yeah, what you got?
All right. So, I like Washington State at home going against LMU. We got I'm just hoping that, the basketball gods don't punish Carl Mays and he plays horrible for what he did to us. God don't like ugly, and that was ugly. So, but it's a team sport. I think Lawan Watts and the rest of the guys gets it done. They're not the best odds, so you need to pair them with other things. But I'll go ahead and take Washington State, over LMU. Going to take it down to Southern California as well. My alma mater, Cal Baptist University. But we're going to take them to get their ass whooped by UC Irvine.
That's awesome. That was awesome. I was like, he's gonna go for his team. I was gonna be biased. He said, nope, but I'm gonna take him to get their ass whooped.
Yeah. So when I played there, we weren't D1, so I just missed out on playing D1 basketball. Super, super close. Literally the year I finished, the next year they go D1. But UC Irvine, man, those are the geeks of basketball. One of the smartest teams in California, one of the high academic schools. But those motherfuckers can play some basketball, man. I've been watching them a lot this year. One of my buddies is the coach there. His name's Russ Turner. I'm going to take UC Irvine to beat Cal Baptist on the road, which is not really on the road. They're right down the street from each other. I had one more. I'm going to go ahead and take Iowa State to beat Colorado. They're not the best. You're not getting the best money if you play those individually, so you don't want to do that. You definitely want to. I mix those 3 up with each other and pair them with some other things as well too. But you can kind of play those and bring some money down. I was talking to E earlier about Iowa State. They're just they know how to control stuff. So I think the game will start off pretty good, like a nice little dogfight, and eventually they'll end up controlling that game. But those are the three out of this whole slate that I like. If you need to bring down some more money at all, you could throw Houston in there. I mean, they'll bring something down a little bit for you. You could throw Houston in there to bring some stuff down a little bit. I know E likes Cincinnati. That's actually that'd be some good money to add to something. I like Cincinnati too. Don't get me wrong, I like Cincinnati too. They're just funny sometimes, but I think overall when it comes down to it, they'll win that game. Let's see. I want to say those were the ones that are it. I have one more play that I couldn't play on Fliff like I like to. He wasn't on Fliff, but Elijah Fisher for Pacific has been my secret weapon the whole year. We played him the other day. He cashed for us. And this dude's lines, they don't really move. They always keep him between 17 and 20 PRA or 17 and 21.5 PRA. But to be honest, man, you could play those 14.5 points. You could play that 21.5 PRA. He's the sneaky guy, and this dude's been sneaky the whole year. And he has a good matchup too. He has a good matchup against University of San Diego. One more too. So this is a guy that we used to play a lot earlier in the year. And then we kind of stopped playing him a little bit, but I'm gonna go back to him just for today. And Underrated, you ready for this?
I was about to say, I got my hand on the trigger over here. What you got?
I'm bringing out good old Boogie Flan. Good old Boogie Flan at 14.5 points. Watch this man get 15 today. Don't say I didn't tell you. Against Oakland, Arkansas, this whole year they've been kind of toying around with the small teams. He's a good freshman. And I think he's going to ball because there's a lot of freshmen in college basketball right now that are doing very, very well. And starting off the year, Boogie was supposed to be one of the top freshmen. His name's starting to kind of go away. And I bet he kind of senses that. Because you got Igor Denham. You got Casper from Illinois. You got VJ Edgecombe. You got Dylan. You got Ace. You got Flag. All these freshmen that I'm talking about, they're all going first round. Then you got Boogie, who no one's really talking about. Underrated. And E, when's the last time you guys heard somebody talk about Boogie?
A long time ago, bro. It was in the beginning, like you said. His lines were even higher in the beginning, and now I feel you. His lines are now down because he hasn't really been showing out as much. So it's definitely value again. You know me, value finder. I like the value, and I feel you on that.
Yeah, I think today's the day he's gonna try to get on ESPN and get on SportsCenter and kind of get his little draft buzz back. 14.5 points playing against who are they playing against? Let me see. I just had it up. E, do you have it there?
Who is it, Boogie?
They're playing Oakland.
Yeah, Boogie from Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Playing Oakland. Hey, so Oakland, hey. Oakland, they got a little fight in them. They got this kid over there, he wears goggles. I don't remember his name, but they got a kid over there that wears goggles, and he's a sharpshooter. I watched him the other day. I want to say they barely lost the other day. But Oakland, they'll put up a little fight, and they'll hang with Arkansas for like the first 12 to 14 minutes of the game. They'll be hanging with them. They might even hang around a little bit longer, but in that time, Boogie's going to get us like 8 points in the first half, and that's going to lead the way in the second half because he won't come out. He'll continue to play. Even if they blow him out, he'll play a little bit more. He's their young guard, so. Fisher and Boogie are my sneaky ads that I didn't get to play in single bets, so I played them too in a 2-pick.
So for Fisher, do you like his point? Oh, you liked everything, huh? PRA and points.
Yeah, you can make it a 14.5 special with both of them at 14.5 on PrizePicks. That's where I played them. Or you can play you can get some of that RA from Fisher. Fisher does rebound kind of well. I played the 21.5 PRA as well.
Okay, cool. So we got 4 main picks and then a couple bonus picks there.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
RJ Smith as well.
Hey, and Dylan ended the half with 3 points. So we like that. So we're still on pace.
Yep. Keep doing nothing.
Oh, shit, bro. He has 13 RA at the first half. So hopefully he'll slow that down.
Hey, he's gonna do something. If he ain't gonna get the points, he can get the RA. But I think overall, I think we might win this battle.
I hope so, man. He's probably gonna try to shoot in the second half because he only has 3 points. He's probably mad right now. He's probably sitting in the locker room like, wow, 3 points is some bullshit.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Unfortunately.
And this dude can get those. He can get us. He can get in double digits quick. But hey, let's just lock in how we're locking in now. And it sucks to root for his under because he's so good. But
Yeah.
we caught a high line.
Yeah.
Some dudes ball out so much to the point that those lines get up there. That's like, hey, you got to regress soon, or that just might be a little bit too high at this moment, and you might need a break. So we try to catch those.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was driving and I was like 33.5, and I was sitting there going, yes, he's the man. Yes, all these things line up for him balling most games, but 33.5 means he has to ball the entire game pretty much to get there. So I was just, hey, maybe he misses a couple baskets today. We get lucky. He ends at 30. And we're on pace for that right now. So hopefully he'll miss a few more in the second half. Let Big Ace go for it today. Yeah. Let Big Ace score 35 today.
Yep.
Just don't go crazy from 3, and we're good.
What's weird is Ace has 2 rebounds today, and he's been averaging like 8 or 9 rebounds, even double-digit rebounds, and Dylan has 7. So they switched it up today. It's super weird.
Yeah,
these guys are all
just stay ahead.
18 years old, guys. It's crazy.
I know, and they're out there balling. Cooper Flagg is the one that's the weirdest one to me. Looks like 5 years old. He's out there just. Everyone's watching him. Eyes like I can't even imagine that pressure when you're 17. It's crazy.
Hey, he's supposed to be a high school senior. He's a grade ahead.
Insane. Out there balling too. Anyways, lots of freshmen. You're right. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say I think that's about it for our college plays today, right?
It is. Here comes Ian. Is this a 5-man coach special, or should we just play 2 to 3? Question mark.
Ian, you got to read what I said, Ian. You got to read what I said, Big Ian. I know Ian sees 5 plays and his eyes light up like Christmas.
Yeah, he wants those 5ers.
Big Ian, I said mix and match those, Big Ian. Mix and match those.
Mix and match means 2, and then another 2, and then another 2, until you get equal exposure to all, Ian. Or
if you're gonna play that 5 pick all in one pick, whatever, throw a little $10 on or whatever you're gonna do to win 100, whatever you're gonna do, or 20, whatever you're gonna do, at least break them down and play them individually as well too.
You know what I was gonna say though, Coach? We're now figuring this out for Ian because I was saying it earlier in the show and I was noticing last night. Ian is the only one of us that has FanDuel. FanDuel's the one that has more props than Fliff and better odds. Ian has no excuse. Play these on FanDuel single bets, Ian. Come on.
He can make the most money.
Yeah, Ian, you got the best site for college. He can even play college in the state he's at. So, I don't want to hear no shit from you from now on, Ian. I want to see those 1 picks. I don't want to hear this. Is this a 5-man? No, none of that. Merry Christmas. He said, sorry, just got back on stream. Ian Warner. There's no comedy.
Hey, if you play it, but just break it down too. That's what I used to do back in my PrizePicks days when I was heavily into PrizePicks. I'd make a little 5 pick or a 6 pick, but I would also break down those plays and do them 2s, stuff like that.
Well, Ian has FanDuel, bro, with the best odds that any of us can play, so he has no excuse. I'm not even letting him down on this one. I want to see those single plays, and I want you to show us those green plays later tonight, Ian, after you play them on FanDuel. Do it, Ian. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right. So I think that's pretty much going to do it for the college stuff. We'll just glance over some quick NBA action. I would say there is a lot of pending injury news today, a lot of last minute stuff. So if you guys were in the Discord, we did catch that Kyrie news immediately and scooped up some value with all the Dallas players here. So hopefully you guys were able to get that in. But just quick overview, I would say one of the best kind of keep in your back pocket plays today is Josh Hart. If Jalen Brunson sits, these two were basically 1A, 1B with the playmaking. So if Brunson's going to be out, I think Josh Hart, his 5.5 assists straight up is a phenomenal play. But you can get his 12.5 RA over here, and he was number 2 in both the R and the A. He was right behind Towns with the rebounding and just behind Brunson with the playmaking. So it's a turnaround game. You know, we always hate these matchups because they play out so differently. But last time, I mean, we did take Towns, his PR. He absolutely crushed that. And Josh Hart ended up coming through with, I believe, right before overtime or right in overtime. But he had so many potential assists that were missed, just bad shooting alone. So keep an eye out for that Brunson news. And then Bridges, he has been lead playmaker in the absence of LaMelo Ball the last couple games. Not really sure what's going on with Micic, but it is a phenomenal rebound and assist upside. So if you wanted to play his scoring, I mean, it's a pretty good matchup for that too, but he is kind of high. I think he's like 20-something real points. But the RA, 11.5, totally like this. He was just at 10-5 this last game, so you get him back for this. And then Jamal Murray's been playing absolutely on fire. I mean, he's like single-handedly carrying Denver to all of the victories and near victories that we've had lately. So 21.5 points, pretty solid value over here on Hot Streak. And the last two, I think, still had some value left after the bumps. Dinwiddie, his PA, and then Klay Thompson, his PRA.
Jamal Murray,
we are
huh?
still waiting.
Jamal Murray's been balling E? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah, man. He's been playing out of his mind lately. So
good for him.
Pretty much for almost the last straight month since the end of November. I mean, he's just been looking really, really back into form. And I got to say, his minutes, though, biggest thing for me. I mean, dude's playing an insane amount of minutes. Like, what other players playing 40 minutes a night?
He must have sat back and had a conversation or something and was like, you know what? I can't let this happen anymore. I know I've won. Or maybe he had some injury that he's just now feeling healthy, because we watched him in the Olympics and he was just a shell of himself.
Yeah, he was pretty terrible during that break, but ever since coming back, I mean, right off the bat, he played 38 and 37 and 40 minutes. So he's been pretty well uncapped in that regard. But I think the biggest thing lately is they have slotted Russell Westbrook into the starting five. So that has kind of delegated that role for more of Russ playing the point guard, and Jamal Murray is playing more of a shooting guard, traditional style. So we're seeing this field goal volume has just been outrageous the last couple of games here, and really, really good 3-point upside. So points and PA, I think, are both in play for him. I do worry about the game staying close because it is Utah, but you know, it's still on the road. So Denver has been that bad on defense. They could let it be a close game.
Oh, Denver.
Yeah, man, love the hometown team. Well, former hometown team. Now I got OKC as my hometown team. I'm not mad at that.
Perfect timing.
Yes, sir.
They're looking amazing.
All right, y'all. I think we are about to get out of here. It's been right at an hour or coming up on an hour. So we're going to bounce, get ready for college slate to kick off and NBA a little bit later on tonight. I know we have some pending tackle props that are bumped to hell and back now. So if you guys were in the Discord, you got that 3.5. What was the player for tonight?
I don't even know how to pronounce his name either. He is on the Lions. He plays safety. The thing is about him, it's let me look at his name so I can pronounce it again. I want to say Ilafondu. I forget now.
Yeah.
Oh, Melifonwu. So I didn't even try to do his first name. So Melifonwu. This dude right here is his second game back for the season. So he's been injured all the way since last year. This is only his second game back. Last week he played back at his safety, but almost linebacker, because Detroit's linebackers are all injured except for Jack Campbell. The rest of their linebackers pretty much out. So they're playing this dude at safety, but they're playing him up like he's almost the second linebacker. And his lines are not there yet. Bookies have his lines back at his old safety day lines. So they're going to play him up close to the line. If he can't get 5 tackles against the 49ers today, I would be surprised. He played 80% of the snaps last week. Hopefully he plays at least that, maybe more. It's only his second game back now from injury. He should be able to get us 5. Now, I would play 4.5, but I believe it's all the way up to 5.5 now. I saw 5.5 on Underdog, which is a little much. But if you can find 4.5, I don't mind 4.5 minus 140 and better. I would play that. So you have a 1.5, so that's minus 200. So they're already knowing. Like, people are on him today. No one paid attention to him, so we got him in yesterday. But now that's the only game to bet on, everyone's realizing, oh, that's that guy from last year. He should get 5 tackles.
Yeah, and I believe we got him at a really good value at 3.5. So we actually took this in a couple of slips, but I mean now it's basically unplayable.
Yeah, we got way better value on him. It was always an alt line, but it was a decent alt. It was kind of like that minus 200 type of feel, which I would love right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he can't get 4 tackles, something happened. I don't know. They'll play him in a different spot, or he gets hurt, or that would be really unlucky. That's why I love tackles the most. This has got to be the most consistent thing in the world. We don't got to wait for a 3-pointer to fall. We don't got to we don't got to, hope for assists and have the other dude hit the shot for us to get an assist. We don't need shit, but dude to just be in that spot, the ball go to him, he gets his tackle like he's supposed to. So it makes it a lot easier. Just got to know the alignments and the percentage of how long he's going to be on the field, and you can pretty much figure it out.
You nailed it. All right, fam. Well, we are about to get out of here. Make sure you guys do us a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. And again, don't forget, 7-day free trial down below for the Discord. Still running that through the end of the year. Appreciate you, fellas. Yeah, as always, underrated and special guest coach. We will see you guys here in the Discord. So good luck tonight, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.